All right, Michaela, I just thought about it. I'm making pozole today, so I thought I'd record it so that you would see. So I put water, and I put an onion, a green chili pepper, and a head of garlic in water. I'm also going to use Mexican oregano, bay leaves, cumin, and pepper, and nor Suiza, chicken broth. I usually use nor Suiza. And of course the meat. I'll get that in 1 minute. Okay, I'm not making a lot. So I'm putting 4 ribs in it, pork ribs, or you can get pig's feet, something that has bone in it to add flavor to the pozole. So I'm gonna do that, and then I've got pork tenderloin. Again, it's a small one. Now I'll chop it up and throw it in there. Okay, I put the ribs in the water, and I've chopped up the meat. So I'm gonna put that in the water. Okay, and we'll start that to boil, and we're gonna let it cook for 1 hour. So we're gonna let it boil for 1 hour. We're gonna let it cook. We're not adding any spices yet because we have to clean it afterwards. We have to skim the top of the water. So once it's cooked for 1 hour, then I'll start to skim it and add the seasonings. All right, it's been cooking about an hour.
Think about it real hard, right? If you still want to tell me, you tell me in 2 weeks, okay?
And that's what I'm skimming. Just skim the stuff off the top. Now we can add, now we can add the hominy and the stuff. All right, adding the hominy. Now we're going to add our spices. Okay, we got cumin. Okay, ready? Okay, so we have bay leaves. I usually put 3 or 4 whole bay leaves, so, well, that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Make sure they're dried out. They work better. Then there's a cumin. Sorry, I don't have exact measurements. I just do it. So, I don't know. Let me see, put in my hand. About that much. Same thing for the Mexican oregano. So the Mexican oregano is more whole. So you take out and you put it in your palm of your hand and you just rub it because that releases the oils. And then nor Suiza, which is the chicken flavored bouillon. Believe it or not, that's what you use. I don't know, I'm kind of bad about measurements, but that's the cap, so. And we could always add a little bit more. Add more salt later. So that's that. I'll make the chili sauce in a little bit. I'll just get it to cook. And we gotta let it cook for another hour. Okay. So we're halfway through that last hour, so I'm gonna cut up this rest of this meat. It's already falling apart. And then I'm gonna put it back in there. Still got another half hour to go, and then I'll make the chili sauce that goes in it. Okay, I put the chilies in some water. I think I might add a little bit more, and then we're gonna soften the chilies. Let it bubble and soften, and then we're gonna put the chilies in the water through a blender, and then we're gonna take that strainer right there and pour the chili into this through the strainer so that there's no seeds in it. All right, the chilies are ready. They're boiling, so I'm going to take them over to the blender. I'll turn this off now. All right, so you put them in the blender with the water. Don't worry about the seeds, like I said. After we grind them, we're going to put them through a strainer. So they're in there. All right, we put it through the blender, and we're going to pour it into the soup through the strainer. Got my strainer ready, so we just pour it through. And these chilies, you can get them anywhere, like any Mexican store, or I know in Salem, like that Mega Foods, they sell it. But yeah, you can get it at the Mexican stores. And you know it's pouring through, but we'll mash it through in 1 second. Okay, so I take a spoon and I just stir it through. If you want it more spicy, you can have more of those red chilies. If you want it less spicy, less red chilies, but I usually do use about 7 or 8. I used to use 6, but I've recently started using 7 or 8 of them. It's adding color. And if you want to blend it some more, you could always or just push water through. What I do is put it down and put it through again. All right, I'm done blending and putting the chili through the sifter. I kept pouring this broth through it. I actually had to blend it one more time to make it thinner, so that it would go through better. The onion's still in here, the garlic is still in here, the green chili's still in here. I'm going to leave it in there for another hour as it cooks, and then I'll take it out before it's time to serve. I won't make another video unless, you know, I show it being eaten or something. But when you fish out the chili and the onion and the garlic, try to look for the bay leaves, or let people know, hey, there's bay leaves, don't eat it. Because the bay leaves, they get good flavor, but they do not taste good and they stay hard. So, yeah. But pretty much. So there's the garlic. That's the way I make it. Oh, by the way, if you want more salt, this is when you could add more salt. You know, at the end or right here. And it's over medium heat. And I'm going to let it cook for 1 more hour. And that's it.